What's going on, Legionnaires? Welcome to another episode of the Legion of Comic Correction. We talk all things comic books. Woo! All right, we are jumping into a series review. We did a mid-series. Now we got a final series of
Final
She-Hulk.
series.
Yeah, so the first season is She-Hulk. We don't know if we'll get a second season, but
we had a midterm on it, and now we're going to have the final.
We passed the midterm.
She did pass the midterm.
She did.
She passed the midterm.
We'll see if she passes the final. But before that, if you are new here, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell. It's free, and you help us get better and do better. It's the easiest way you can support us. If you want to support us more, though, click down in the description below. There's lots of links down there.
There's a better way to support,
to all kinds of cool stuff. Yeah, because this way, it doesn't just get you cool videos. It gets you cool other stuff, too.
Yeah.
So you can go to our legionofcc.com website down there where you can see all kinds of stuff about our podcast, but also you can get sweet merch like all of that he's wearing. Sweet merch like this, and sweet merch like that over there.
Garbage.
And when you buy that sweet merch, your sweet money comes to us. And we can use it to make this sweet podcast even sweeter. Yeah.
It's very sweet today.
Yeah, well, this is a...
You got that right, sweetie.
Oh. Just feel the love.
Can you feel... It's bad when... This cold is killing me.
Get that falsetto.
Yeah, we may not have many songs today because we've all been under the weather.
All three of us have had a cold. Yeah.
We're hanging out too much.
Yeah, it's true. No, not
We're hanging out a lot less than we used to.
That's incorrect.
Somehow all got sick at the same time. If you want to support in an even bigger way, you can go to our Patreon website down below, which gives you extra content like extra podcasts, early access to things, being able to vote on stuff, behind-the-scene photos, all different kinds of cool things.
We need to have a vote. We haven't had a vote in a while.
We haven't had a vote in like a month.
Yeah, we need a new vote.
We need a new vote. The problem is they voted on our next series of corrections. We should talk about that, actually. And,
there we go.
Yeah,
I know.
We haven't done it yet. So
there we go.
We'll do it. We'll do
all
that.
Right.
We love you, Patreon. We just have so much going on that sometimes we forget to do the things that we say we're going to do. But we'll do them. Eventually.
We do them.
They'll happen. If you want to go check out, though, we've got new merch on our store.
New merch. And we don't even have it yet. You may get it before we do.
It's true. Anyway, if you like this content, please make sure to like and subscribe, guys. We really do appreciate it. And we are going to talk now about the She-Hulk finale and just the series as a whole, what we thought. Did the latest Disney Plus TV show actually do a good job for Marvel, or was it a flop? Did it sleep through its final?
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think, Logan? As a whole for the series?
Logan. What do I got?
Yeah, what do you got there, big guy?
I know it's dangerous having you go first, but as a series as a whole,
we're good tonight.
As a series as a whole, I'm giving you a blanket question. Yeah. What do you think about the series as a whole?
So, series as a whole, I think it is the most...
Feel free to leave out the finale.
No. I'm going to include the finale.
Okay, good.
I think it's the most daring, different show that they have done so far.
Daring, different show that they ever did.
That they ever did.
Wow, your alliteration skills are incredible.
Yeah. Hey, you.
No, I think what I think is really cool is clearly, our podcast has been bugged.
We've been saying it since year one. And Marvel is now literally breaking the fourth wall of our podcast and just literally naming things that we have said over and over in these podcasts, similar to their shows being formulaic now at this point. Their movies starting to follow the same formula. Basically being an algorithm. And that there is a need to change those things. And all of that was covered in the finale. Can I say, though, that Tatiana Maslany, you look way better saying it than we do.
Oh, much better.
much
better.
It comes out way better
from
you.
Only because I'm sick, though.
Than from us. Right. If we were at top performance, we would probably be better. But
you deliver it. Your delivery is
delivery
much better.
was way better. Yeah. Way better.
So I think it was a very different series than any that we have seen. I like that. I like that they're breaking their algorithm. I like that it's being exposed. They're naming it, and they have to make some changes. I think there are things that you guys are going to touch on that are very different that we didn't necessarily love. Harry's going to talk about Daredevil and some pieces.
Yeah, there were some pieces that were definitely different.
That were definitely like not feeling like they were going in the right direction.
Yeah, a hit or miss.
Kind of, as you might say, they are getting kind of Disney-y. Like, you know,
I like that.
The reality of it going from Netflix to Disney, and you know,
gotta happen to a
that
degree.
effect that can have, which we're afraid of. We're very afraid of what that means. But I think there are some good things that can come out of it that I hope they run with. I hope this is kind of like a turning point. That doesn't mean, to be clear, that everyone needs to break a fourth wall now. And,
they better not. Right. I don't think they will.
I don't need any more of that.
I don't think they will. Just her and Deadpool.
I hope so.
I think that's what. I don't think they'll do that more.
Hope so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But I'm gonna be interested because they've named it now.
Right.
They've owned it.
Right.
What are you gonna do different?
Will they do it differently?
What are you gonna do that's different? Okay. Your formula works, but it's running out. Harry had said this. This is gonna come out after one of our other episodes that Harry said the market is saturated.
Right. Oversaturated.
Oversaturated at this point with superheroes. How are they going to and it's their fault. Let's be honest.
For sure, 100%.
It's all Disney's fault.
It's Disney and Marvel's fault.
They capitalized, monopolized the market, and they sucked it dry.
Yeah.
And they did a good job, man.
And they did a good job with it. But
now it's dry.
But now it's dry. So what are you going to do to adapt and evolve
to
be able to make this better going forward? To re-engage all of us that are starting to either have faded away or are starting to fade away to the point where, you know, I'm not as interested anymore. So did it do the job that I believe they intended for She-Hulk? Yeah. I think if this was their intention the whole time, did the job. I think it did a great job of changing the narrative on how they were going to approach superheroes going forward and really owning that.
Yeah.
So that's my overview and my thoughts on the series as a whole, because I liked She-Hulk. I like her as a character. I like some of the crossover that they did, but I think the overarching purpose of this show was to really break down the fact that they are at a turning point.
Yeah. I wonder if, and maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm reading into it because of this episode and just what's been going on, but like when Kevin Feige came out and like he kind of presented the next phases.
Yeah.
Like I wonder if he realized things were slipping. You know, because he'd been pretty cool
at that moment.
No, I mean, like, if his presentation was a response to things slipping.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Because, like, they'd been relatively quiet since Endgame. And it was just kind of, we were trusting that they were doing things. And, and
that it was gonna come together in some way.
And this phase has just been really sloppy.
Yeah, it's been a mess and oversaturated.
Right.
We looked at every single phase. Remember, we looked in one of our previous podcasts
about how many
were in every single phase. This is the largest phase, but the least connected.
And I wonder if he's trying to reassure, and maybe he's trying to, like, and She-Hulk is kind of like a visual representation of them trying to kind of get their feet back from under them.
Do you think that was the case, or do you think they really just didn't necessarily have a plan after Endgame, and that was the time they needed to actually get one together?
Right, and maybe that's it. Maybe these next, and I wonder if Black Panther is like the start.
Because let's be reality.
Yeah,
let's
for
be
sure.
reality. Endgame was 20 years.
Yeah, that was
20 years.
It's a long play.
I don't blame them. I would not have been mad at them saying, like, we're going to put some stuff out, and we're going to chart the course for what's next. But
they could have just done, we're going to take a 3-year hiatus of just planning.
Money.
No, I know.
I agree with you, Harry.
I think that would be wise. That would be wise for it. That would be
for quality.
That would be wise. Yeah, if quality was the purpose, but quality is not the sole purpose. Money is definitely up there.
No, I understand that.
But I don't even know if they would have needed 3 years, Harry.
No, maybe
I
a
don't
year.
even think maybe
it's 1 year of just not putting anything out.
Take off during
just
COVID.
all storyboard
a year
and planning,
with the amount of staff and people that they have working on this. No, they would need a year, 6 months, a year.
Yeah.
Like get a storyboard together. Get a chart for what your long-term vision is for. And I think that they did that. But I think they had two teams splitting, working. They put stuff out because they were like, we got to hold people over.
I think all those people are fired now.
Maybe not.
I think some of them are.
Should be.
Yeah.
Some of them are.
Some should be.
I think.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
So I wonder if She-Hulk is the like physical representation of them, like letting us know, hey, we hear you.
Yeah.
And we figured it out, and we're gonna get going again.
I hope.
I hope so. That'd be cool. But I don't know. I think overall, I agree with you about She-Hulk. I think if this is the turning point, it's a good start.
I've been yelling for a while now. I don't trust Feige the same way I did before, and it's maybe not. It's because, or maybe it's not.
It's since Doctor Strange we've been really honing in on that.
Yeah.
And that was a big ticket movie that just at least Logan and I felt like, not that it was a bad movie.
It wasn't a bad movie. It
didn't have any ties.
It didn't go anywhere.
Yep.
It didn't go anywhere really.
And they kept doing it. And they kept doing that.
Right.
They started. They did it with a bunch of them where it's like, this isn't going anywhere.
Right.
And so a lot of these movies have been one-offs or fan service.
Right, which again could be, like you said, a strategy just kind of buy time.
Buy time.
As they figure it out and still make money.
Buy time. And
still pay for all their staff.
Yeah. This is the series that owns it.
Yeah.
But
maybe.
But here's the other thing. But then what goes along with that is very important. And this is the thing to realize. How many people watched this?
The watch has been really high on this one.
No, but
from what I've said, from what I've seen.
We talked about this before.
Yeah.
The watch can be high, but it's not going to be everyone who who is who's been involved with like fair weather Marvel fans.
Honestly, I'd say the majority of the people, like I'd say like it's super fans like us that need the apology. Do you know what I mean? Like the ones that are going to be looking for them to be like, we messed up, we need to get back on track, are going to be the ones that are sticking through every single show to hope it gets better.
Yeah.
But like the fair weather people, they're probably not watching any of the shows. They're just going to the movies, and they're probably whatever.
They need just another hit to get back.
Well,
involved.
and that's what Black Panther is going to be, because everybody's going to go out to Black Panther, and it freaking looks amazing.
Looks awesome.
And they're going to freaking knock it out of the. I mean, Ryan Coogler is like a wonderful director, and he's got a really great vision for what he's doing, and he seems like he really has a passion behind making a good movie. And his first one was freaking amazing.
I am looking forward to the way that they honor T'Challa. And then crown Suri. I cannot wait.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So I think the show was great. I think it was easy to watch. I honestly, I know we've talked about like, I wish the episodes were longer. I think this one was really smart to have them be like 30 minutes. They were fun. They were like bite size. They were easy to watch through. I loved watching them with my wife. Like they weren't too heady, but they had a lot of cool little Marvel bits in there and cameos. And the last couple episodes really kind of hit strong and like had some more serious tones to them, and then addressed, the issue of the MCU that is kind of floundering right now.
Yeah.
And it was She-Hulk has always been pretty meta and pretty self-aware.
Yeah.
And it was like, we were kind of trying to figure out like, how are they going to do that and not just be another Deadpool? Right. How are they going to do that and make it kind of stand out? And he did a good job. Like, I think Tatiana Maslany is a great leading actress. She was
solid.
Her split personalities in that, what was the other show she's in? Was it Orphan Black or?
I think
it's Orphan Black is the one she's in. She's like a multiple personality person. Freaking, she's incredible. She's a great leading actress, and I think she did a home run in this. And
she was solid casting. She was very good.
Yeah, her and Tim Roth. We get a lot more Abomination last couple episodes.
Yep.
He's freaking
Which is exactly
hilarious.
what I had asked. I had wanted Abomination to come back around.
And the whole retreat for supervillains, they're trying to like find their identities and everything, and like their whole group therapy sessions. Freaking great. And like Tim Roth he's freaking awesome. So it's like, I feel like they hit everything really well. They didn't try and be too serious. They also weren't like too gimmicky. It was just kind of like a fun popcorn show that kind of,
that then actually had a very serious and like very important message at the end.
Yeah, and I thought
for Marvel, not like an important message in like
in like society necessarily,
but like for the future of Marvel.
But we did. I was talking with Harry, but we watched a few episodes the other night, and the episode where she like lets go of Josh, right? Where Josh won't text her back because he's a jerk who filmed their sex. right? Like he was he was a nasty dude, and like, but she didn't know that. But he wasn't responding to her, and so like she ends up getting stuck at Abomination's therapy retreat with like the spa yurt and everything, the sauna sweat yurt, it's friggin' hilarious. It's filled by C and D list villains from like Daredevil and She-Hulk, and like, but there was so much of it, like her little session she has with them, where it's like she kind of the whole series was about her reconciling being She-Hulk and Jen, the importance of Jen and the importance of She-Hulk and the balance there is there, and like there was some really good, like she's been hurt, like she was hurt by people, and she felt like she couldn't measure up, and then she got superpowers, which like made her the popular girl, you know, whatever. Yeah. There were some really kind of good heart issues that was very wholesome and like really sensitively done. And it felt really real. Like it was nice. It was it was good. I mean, it was kind of like everything for me. It was everything I'd want in like a day in the life of like a superhero lawyer, you know? Yeah. It was fun. I just thought it was really good. And it didn't feel rushed. It didn't feel overstuffed. Oh, and that was the other thing. You mentioned that they talked about like it becoming formulaic and everything. The other thing she brought up, because in the finale, she breaks the fourth wall, spoilers, right? And she gets to Marvel Studios and she meets with Kevin, who they tried to get Kevin Feige to do it.
He wouldn't do it.
I felt like that was a big letdown.
Yeah, for sure.
That it wasn't
it wasn't him, and then it wasn't
his
him
voice.
Voicing it.
Yeah, they also they tried to get him to be a part of it. He did not want to be a part of it. Honestly, if I'm going to be honest,
there's a problem in and of itself.
I don't think so. If I'm going to be honest, I think he probably understands he's not a good actor, and he doesn't want to mess it up.
He's a voice actor.
That's not easy. That's not as easy as you think.
Yes, it is when you have Disney money.
Yeah.
They can bring dead people back to life.
Well, but they can't make Kevin Feige sound good when he's talking.
Sure you can.
I guess they can just manipulate his voice.
Exactly what you can
I can do that right now with you.
But if you
honestly,
if you looked the
he does it every time with me.
The robot like casing of Kevin, the thing above the lens is made to look like Kevin Feige's signature black baseball cap.
Yeah.
So it's like he kind of looks like him, right? But one other thing she mentioned a lot of things that we've talked about like it becoming too rote, it becoming the same formula. But she also mentioned like the finales or the ends are always overstuffed, and like we don't know where all the things are coming together. They don't tie up well, and it's like, dude, you're exactly right. And so it's like they addressed all the issues, at least put them out there, and so now we're gonna see if they're gonna actually make it happen. Yeah, are they gonna fix it?
I don't know.
What do you think, Harry? What was your like overall?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of hit the nail on the head when you said the part about like it being a good popcorny kind of show, and then at the end it had a good message. I was trying to like when you said that, I was like, because that's kind of what I was gonna say. Was like I can't really think of like a show that correlates with that exactly.
Oh, you mean
because like a lot of times it was like at the end of a show series or even a season, it'll like have a good message, like, you know what I mean? But like, or even like a funny one, like Seinfeld. Like if you think about Seinfeld, every episode is different. Maybe one or two in a row were kind of the same or like in the same series, but like each one was just about the everyday life of nothing. Right. You know, random things happening to people that were just funny. So, but at the end, them arresting them, and I guess spoilers if you didn't watch the end of Seinfeld, but like they get arrested for having a show of nothing. Right. Like, why? You know why? Because your show doesn't make sense. It's about nothing. Yeah. So it's like, and that's funny, but it's right. I was very hesitant in our mid whatever review. Mid series review, and like the only reason I didn't really like it because I was just like, where is this going? Like, right. It was just a day. Like, even with Deadpool, like I get uncomfortable when he talks to us. Like, I'm just like, I don't like that. That ain't supposed to happen.
Yeah, she looks right, and she looks at you.
She looks, a lot. Well, that's Deadpool. It's just like kind of like a mask looking at you.
Right, no, this is
hers, like her dead eyes. She's like, "What are you doing here?" Still, I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah, that
what
was
are you doing here?
When that episode ended, when she slept with Daredevil.
Yeah.
And like she comes out of the bedroom.
Like, wait, is there more?
Are you guys still here? Usually, you guys. I feel like the episode wrapped up really nicely.
Yeah, she's like, I'm happy. What else is happening?
And then she's like, "Oh, is the next episode the finale?"
Yeah,
she's
like, it is.
It's great. It's like that's so fun. But you're right. It's a little unnerving.
Yeah, but I mean, like the creativity of the them going back to the menu, and you're just like, wait, did my Disney Plus just break?
I thought it did, man.
And yeah, so like that's cool, and her like going to Kevin, and it's not being a little disappointed it wasn't Kevin Feige. At the very least, I was a little disappointed it wasn't him voicing.
Yeah,
I feel like they could have done that, but
yeah.
I don't know. The show was good. It was. I wasn't looking for it. I wasn't asking for it.
Right.
But was I upset I watched it? No. Did I need to watch it? Also, no.
Sure. No, yeah.
But was it better than some of the other stuff that's been coming out? Yes.
Yeah.
So, and I honestly, I'm not going to be the one to get in line and be like, I know everything about She-Hulk. I don't.
Right.
But I know some things about She-Hulk. And the one thing I am going to gripe about is...
Do it.
I don't like how they're portraying
Daredevil.
Yeah, thank you. I said Deadpool, and that's just stuck in my head now. Daredevil.
Yeah.
Not the suit, not nothing else, but just like his charisma, which he normally has none of unless he's Matt. Like he kind of has a little bit, but like his like
talkative as Daredevil,
his like standing at the end of a hallway, just like grimace to look at like the bad guys, and then like him like being beating the crap out of Kingpin and like screaming out I won. It's like. That's the Daredevil I want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like they're telling us that's not going anywhere. That's not going anywhere. Well, that didn't prove anything. Are you telling me when he goes to LA, he's all hunky dory and loving and all that, blah, 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 like head over heels kind of guy? Okay, that's fine. But don't tell me that like you're gonna give me some action scenes with him as Daredevil and him be like, I'm a flirty playboy kind of guy. No, I don't want that.
Nope.
Like that's not Daredevil.
Right.
If you're telling me that immediately when he gets back to New York,
that's Disney Daredevil.
Right. It's different. Yeah.
You're telling me immediately when he gets back to New York, he's just like the BA, like I'm gonna kick the crap out of every single scumbag in the city.
Right.
Okay. I'm okay with that. But don't make it the same.
It's Vacation Murdoch.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, honestly, I think he came out to help Luke.
Yeah.
And I think he also came out because he was interested in She-Hulk. Like, interested to see what she was.
I like how she didn't know who he was.
Right.
She's like, who are you? He's like, I'm
Daredevil.
Daredevil? And she's like, okay.
East Coast, West Coast.
Right. Well, she was like,
East Coast is a Beast Coast.
He was.
That's right.
He's like, why are you fighting me? Or whatever. She's like, well, sorry for assuming the guy dressed the devil was a good guy.
He's a good guy.
And he's like, fair point. But like, yeah, I agree. He was a little too.
Yeah, sorry.
I was gonna say he was a little too happy.
Yeah. Am I upset this guy has some happiness? And like, no. But like,
rip it from him.
Yes.
No joy.
No joy. No mercy.
I just
only pain.
I'm rewatching the Netflix series.
So you're seeing like quintessential Daredevil.
I just started season 3.
Yeah.
And season 3 opens with him like coming out of the sewer.
Yeah.
And he has no hearing in his ear. He's completely like torn up. He's bleeding out.
Bleeding everywhere.
And Sister Maggie is like taking care of him and like healing him back, and he's like missing his hearing, and he's so broken and hurt.
Right, and that's the rawness of that show made you be like, I can feel this because I've had days like this.
Yes,
when I get my McDonald's messed up.
It's like, when I get blown up underneath New York City, and
after I just rounded up my $1 to donate to St. Jude, and I got my tire popped, I felt that.
Now my only
come on,
my only solace. My only solace is that Matt Murdock, Charlie Cox, he's the same person. I mean,
same.
Charlie Cox he cares so much for the Daredevil character.
He's doing the MMA stuff.
Right. Yeah. And like,
okay.
I'm really hoping that a lot of this portrayal was like the coloring of the writers of this show. Like, this is this show,
right?
And so they're
writing him tipping his hat to them,
right? To be
and then just being like, "That's not what I'm doing."
Right? Like this is, and he's in her show. You know, it's not his show.
To be
he
fair,
was matching the vibe.
Right,
he's matching the vibe
exactly, and he was still Matt Murdock.
That's what that is. That's okay.
And some of the stuff in the hallway was still pretty sick.
You know what we're gonna see? We're gonna see in the Echo series. We'll see how it is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because Echo herself in the Hawkeye series was freaking broken and hurt and damaged. Yeah. And so if we see it, he needs to match that grittiness.
Well, and be worse.
Right.
It needs to be worse.
And Kingpin in the Hawkeye series was freaking nuts.
Right.
He got shot at, hit with a car, he broke through a wall. Like, he was freaking intense. So if they can all match that, because he's supposed to be a big part of the Echo series.
Well, he's just supposed to be big in general.
Right.
I mean,
you could just tell that
Daredevil is supposed to be involved in several series and have his, 25 episodes
25 episode Born Again series.
They are investing deeply.
He better get back on it, because I was saying to Greg when we were watching it, I was like, dude, he's like looking at everything in the you could tell, like, if you took the glasses off, he wouldn't look like a blind guy. But that was so good about him is when he like doesn't have his glasses on, he's like, he's like looking around for those who are listening.
Did you know a fun tidbit about another
tidbit?
Charlie Cox, he auditioned to be Han Solo in the Solo story.
Oh, really?
You know why he didn't get it?
Why?
Because he was
couldn't make eye contact.
He was so entrenched in being Matt Murdock and Daredevil that in the audition he wouldn't make eye contact with anybody.
Yeah,
he was so used to not looking at people.
Yeah, so apparently he lost that touch because he was staring at his drink, staring at her, staring at everything that's moving around in the background. He's like looking at it. I'm just like, dude, like, what are you doing?
Where he turned, you could like see through his sunglasses, his eyes, and he's like looking around. It's like,
if you're a normal fan, you're not going to see that. But as us, we're going to be like criticizing, analyzing.
Especially for me, because like I just finished season 2. And I'm like binging season 3 right now of the Netflix show, and he's so freaking good.
Yeah.
He's a great actor, though. I can't wait to see more of him.
He's just got to get it together. I mean, they gotta pull him out of LA. They gotta break his heart.
Yeah,
Maybe she'll break up with him or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
ooh, that'd be good.
Yeah.
I just want to know, like, what happened to Karen? I mean, I know him and Karen weren't like together, but
they weren't
at the end.
They weren't together.
Well, you know what?
Here's what it is.
I think he's probably going for a girl that can't die. Like,
not trying to die.
Yeah. He's got to get back to the East Coast. He's got to get back to the gritty.
2 things to wrap up, or one major thing to wrap up kind of this series to talk about. So the Hulk end cameo bit.
Yeah.
And that actually ties into a little bit of what she spoke to with Kevin when she was having her little conversation with him about how Marvel should do their things.
Yeah.
She actually had one point, one of my favorite parts of that, her conversation with them. She's like, and when are the X-Men coming? We want them.
Yeah.
And then she like looked at the camera. She's like,
Yeah.
But she was like, why is the Hulk here? Right. And he's like, well, he has to come back. And she's like, well, he's not part of my story right now. Like, why? I don't want him back. It doesn't make sense for him to come back. And Kevin's like, well, he has to come back to tell why he was gone for so long. And she goes, well, just save that for the movie. So they mentioned
she's like, just save that for the movie.
Yeah. And then Kevin also then goes like, well, you can put it in your movie, something else later. He's like, well, we'll see you on the big screen. She's like, really? And he's like, no.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, come on. But anyway, she mentions
who's getting the movie then? Is Hulk getting a movie, or is she getting a movie?
Well, she mentions the movie explaining Hulk. So Hulk comes back. The big reveal is that he has a really I'm not one that's like, oh, the CGI is really bad, because it's not as good as some Marvel stuff, but it's freaking good. But this guy, his character design was not so hot.
No. No.
We see the Hulk's son, Scar.
Scar.
So in the comics, in the World War Hulk run, Hulk is a gladiator on Sakaar. He falls in love with another gladiator. She gets pregnant. He leaves. She gives birth to his son, Scar. Scar grows up on Sakaar as a killer. And eventually comes to Earth to kill the Hulk. And he ends up becoming a hero.
Slightly different.
So it's different. He definitely, what I'm assuming happened
completely different.
Is the Sakaar people came to him to tell him he has a son. He went back to get his son. Maybe we'll see some of the conflict on Sakaar in the movie, but is this a movie, like, they don't have the rights to the Hulk, right? Universal still has the rights to the Hulk. So they can't make a Hulk movie.
It's really complicated.
Yeah, right? So what's happening? Are we getting a Hulk movie finally? Which would be great.
I don't know. I have to go and look at rights on Hulk again. Like, I thought exactly what you were saying. Like,
he has to be like
pretty
a buddy.
up to date on like all of the rights and where they are.
Right.
But you know, I gotta say this, man. Like Disney has been gobbling
they
up
get everything.
studios.
Yeah, maybe they bought it when we weren't
studios,
looking.
and when without us realizing, with somewhere they bought out the rights on him,
Yeah,
or
maybe
straight up bought Universal. Like I don't know.
Right.
Yo, if
like,
they own Universal,
they don't own Universal.
They own Florida.
But yeah,
exactly.
I know,
That's what I'm saying. All the parks they would have then.
They're like
So
the butcher
we
from
from Gangs of New York.
From Gangs of New York. I close my fist.
Well, yeah, I get. You know what? If a studio was ever Daniel Day-Lewis, it would probably be Disney.
It would be Disney.
They're cutthroat.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I don't.
Could they? Maybe they could do. If they have the rights to Scar, could they do a Scar movie and just have the Hulk be like they did with Thor, and just have the Hulk be his buddy in that movie?
I gotta tell you. So you go to Universal Studios Islands of Adventure. Okay, they've got the Hulk ride there. They've got the Spider-Man ride there. They also have the X-Men stuff there. So I don't know how some of this
because
stuff
Universal
overlays.
Fox owned X-Men.
Exactly, and so I don't know where some of these. I feel like certain rights are expiring right now.
Maybe
also
that's it. Maybe they're lapsing.
I also feel like Disney, I wouldn't put it past them to have found a loophole of some sort.
They probably did.
And being able to do, they haven't referred to the movie. I mean, he could be a buddy, but he could be a buddy of all the Hulks.
Right, because they have the other ones.
Just mirror Scar in this show look like Channing Tatum.
He does a little bit. He's a kid. He's a kid from, oh my goodness, is he from Maze Runner, or he's from something?
I don't know.
Shoot, I can't remember. The actor.
But all
who
I'm
plays
saying is,
because there was a Channing Tatum lookalike that I thought he looked more like, but I don't remember what that guy's name is. I tried to look it up. I'm like, Channing Tatum lookalike, and I'm just like, I don't want to go down that road.
Just look at who actually plays Scar. Look up who plays Scar on the She-Hulk show.
I can do some research again.
See about the rights,
or just drop it in the comics.
Yeah, if you know, because you're smarter than us,
but
probably.
Maybe it is a straight up Planet or
it could
Hulk
do like a
movie
Will
of
Dousner.
What's he been in? Can you IMDb him?
Maybe they found a loophole where Hulk is able to be a partner of just a whole bunch of Hulks.
Stargirl, Shut Eye.
Oh, that's
Son of the South.
That's what he was in. He was in the Stargirl TV show with Joel McHale.
Yeah. So we got to look at where rights are.
Yeah, it's
standing
weird.
right
Would
now.
you want to see? I mean, both you guys. Would you want to see a Hulk movie, like an old man Hulk story?
I like that story, but it's not going to play
story.
a part in what they're trying to go down.
That's
whatever they're really trying to. I know we're like grand scheme of things, we're kind of doing like a Galactus movie. Like,
well, no, we got Kang.
Well, Kang, but I mean at the end of Kang.
Well, what we
past Kang, I'm talking about.
Past Kang has got to be Galactus.
Post Kang.
Post Kang has to be Galactus at that point.
If it's not,
it has to be Galactus.
Or
There's
Mephisto.
no way.
But I don't think there's a Galactus run with World War.
No, I don't. Well, what they could do is Scar as the gladiator.
Same.
Yeah, same, but different. They could tie that into the battle realm.
I don't know, man.
In some way. I mean, he'd be an invaluable.
Well, let's put it this
asset
way.
in the battle
Like
realm.
I said in the previous podcast we just did, that even in Endgame, Infinity War, Age of Ultron, they're all
they're not going to be
based off of the comics, but they're not.
They're making this stuff up at this point.
Sure.
Yeah. They're making
they're
their
not
own.
purist off.
They're making this stuff up at this point.
So they can make a degree.
Yeah.
If they really want, they'll do it.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, as long as the kid who plays it, Scar is good, I don't care. I'd like to see a couple Hulks go and fight Kang, especially the way that Jonathan Majors is bulking up for Creed 3.
Oh my gosh, he
looks
like
holy crap.
He's like
gigantic.
He's chasing after the Rock. He's like, I'm gonna get as big as that guy.
He's trying to look like Bill Whit or
oh yeah, what's his name? You're talking about the son he is for. No, he's not even.
No, Rocky.
Really.
Rocky 4.
No, he's not. The
Rocky
Mr.
3.
T?
Rocky 3, like Mr. T.
Mr. T.
No,
he's not even related to him.
Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers.
Look,
I mean, Carl Weathers was giving that speech. He's like, "There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow."
Yeah.
Rock.
Yeah.
And dude,
big.
Dude, big.
Yeah. Carl Weathers in Predator.
Well, it's like the same thing, same time frame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He probably just stayed,
That's the way we look
Stay
when we do our
juicing.
handshake.
Yep.
Exactly like that. Exactly.
Yeah,
Greg's
like
just
that.
rubbing our muscles with
with
baby
oil,
oils.
baby oil.
Yeah, I keep some in my back pocket at all times.
He's just looking like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, I do some splits. I tried to train splits for a bit.
Would you qualify them as the best?
No, they didn't. They hurt.
Yeah.
Wow.
They weren't fun. They weren't. That's why I stopped doing them.
Makes sense.
What's better is picking up heavy things.
And putting them down.
What's better than that is sumo squats.
Sumo squats I would rather do than
It's close to a split.
yeah.
But I mean, sumo
deadlifts.
squats is not a squat.
No, sumo deadlifts. You're talking about.
Sumo deadlifts. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You can do a wide stance squat. I do a pretty wide stance squat.
Different. Do that on a different podcast.
Yeah, it's true. We should. She-Hulk was great. We liked She-Hulk. I would like to see a second season. I would like to see her in.
I don't need a second season.
I'd like to see her in like a Heroes for Hire as a cameo, like come in for an episode or two.
I don't need to see a second season.
You wouldn't want a whole second season?
I don't care about a second season on this one. Like her purpose for the season was fulfilled.
Yeah.
Like,
would you want to see her like in a movie?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Not a standalone movie.
No, not but like come in
Not
like
standalone
an Avengers movie.
Like, yeah, I like to see her brought in,
or like
on
a Hulk
stuff.
movie.
I would like to see her cross over on stuff. I'd like to see her brought in on stuff.
Strong.
I think she'd be great in that, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in a second.
What about like a West Coast Avengers movie? Like a West Coast Avengers stuff. War Machine goes over there. He's part of the West Coast Avengers.
I don't care.
Falcon,
they're going to get lost. They're going to get lost.
Yeah, probably.
No, Thunderbolts. So much. Thunderbolts needs to.
Thunderbolts will be its thing.
Like we need to like start shifting some focus to some larger narratives.
Yeah.
Like I've just been saying.
That's right, trimming that fat.
We got to trim the fat, man.
It's cutting season.
It
cutting
is.
season.
It is.
We bulked long
bulk.
enough.
And Kevin Feige.
I don't even know if we can qualify as bulking.
It was a dirty bulk.
It was a dirty bulk.
It was a dirty bulk.
This is Logan bulking.
Yeah, right. It was bulking on Yakos.
Been bulking nonstop for way too long.
It's always bulking season
For
at the
me.
Byler house.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yakos, we wish to continue bulking, so please sponsor us.
If anybody at Yakos is watching this, can we get you
can
guys?
we get you as a
locals?
sponsor?
We are local. We love you.
We love you.
I have peddled Yakos all over this country.
We have eaten Yakos almost every night before podcasting recently.
I love Yakos. And I've loved it all my life. All my life. So
did you know that Logan was born on the stoop of the Yakos?
Yeah. Yep.
And
They actually caught him in a Yakos bun.
I was immediately
kept him warm on the griddle.
I was immediately weaned onto Yakos.
Correct.
Delicious. Yeah. Well, anyway, if you like She-Hulk, drop it in the comments below.
Or Yakos.
Or
if you like Yakos, drop it in the comments.
If you have no clue what that is,
move on.
Look it up. They're great hot dogs.
Yeah.
And burgers.
Yeah.
We will see you guys. We will see you guys in the next episode of the Legion of Comic Correction.